starts here.
Hello everybody, what's going on? I hope the audio works. You're on my channel. You should know things don't work here. But today, I'm very glad to get into this movie. I like this movie. I did not actually watch this movie when I was a kid. I watched it much later, but we'll get into it. We're talking about the Goonies. What's up everybody in the chat? Dan in the dirt, I saw you over there. BS, I saw you earlier. You're probably hanging out. Krista Nova in the chat right now. What's up, Krista? Big Krista over here. Actually, I have a donation that I got yesterday that I want to read real quick before we get into it because it was a big one. For $50, Trucker Rob, have a happy Turkey Day. And everybody, I hope you guys have a happy Turkey Day. It is tomorrow. We will not be doing a stream over here because, you know, I got to eat that potatoes, okay? I got to eat potatoes. That's what I got to do. So, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's get into the movie. We will be getting to your super chats, but first we're going to go through the movie a little bit. You guys send them in, and then we'll talk about it, discuss, and we actually, my guest here, brought some little factoids about the movie. It's going to be fun. And let's get to him. Without further ado, my friend, your friend, DRUNK3PO. Jay, what's up?
How are you?
I'm good.
What's up with you?
Doing good. Thanks for coming on the channel, dude.
I know, man. Like the last time we hung out was in Vegas. We had pizza.
We did. We broke bread.
I made a little video on my travel channel of us eating pizza, and the comment sections were like, "Jay, you've really come up in life." A couple of them were like, "Well, that's a downgrade," but for the most part, it was like, "You really come up in life."
That was some
man.
good pizza, though. I'm gonna say
It was good
that
pizza.
Was good. That was good.
And the video was funnier. We were like walking and like a giant, remember I'm really tall.
The tree.
And like a tree like took me out, like hit me like right in the face. So it was quite
that was a good weekend. Man, I can't wait to do that again. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
It was a good weekend.
It's gonna be a lot of
fun.
It
was a good weekend. Hello everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
This is a strange place. I've never been on this channel, but it's awesome that I'm here.
It's all new. It's all new. And I think I did everything correctly.
YouTube. I don't know. How do you do this? Like I'm like and Streamlabs, I'm on one side, and on YouTube, I'm on another.
I'm doing all kinds of stuff over here. I'm like, I got octopus hands going everywhere, manipulating things, streaming on multiple locations, man. I can't stop. But
I have to say hi to Krista, or she will meme me to death.
She will get you. She's gonna do it anyways. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Probably true.
So I asked you to come on the channel. I was like, yo, it's time for you to come on the channel. And immediately you were like, Goonies, let's go.
Yeah.
So what's behind that? Why do you love Goonies so much?
I had Critical Drinker on my channel, and we talked a little Goonies too, and it really made me re-fall in love with the I just like the adventurous spirit of what I feel like the world is missing. I feel like the world and the young people of this world, as a school teacher, they're missing that like adventure in their life. They're missing like stories being told to them where they can just go out and have an adventure, use their imagination, you know, like treasure maps, pirates, you know, gold.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're with your friends, like you're trying to solve, you know, it's like Scooby-Doo, like all those things.
It's like the epitome of what you want to do as a kid is like just to go out and adventure. What you do that kind of stuff. If you don't know Jay, you should know. You should go subscribe to his channel. In fact, go over there. But you go all over the place. You're all over the world. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
We were in Vegas. We were just talking about, and then right after that, you went on a hike, and then you went you were in Mexico. What? I don't know how you do that. That's so much energy. But it looks like fun.
Tired all the time.
It looks like fun,
well,
though.
For like 15 years of my life, I worked for like humanitarian places. So I like traveled the world, and like we built orphanages and homes and stuff like that. So I did that, and it's always just been, I guess it's like been woven into me. I just love, like, for some people, they like certain things. I like traveling. I don't know. I love it all. I like seeing places and experiencing the culture and the food of places and
So there's like a little bit of
been.
that Goonie spirit in you.
Exactly.
You know, you're like, you took that and was like, I want to go out and see the world kind of thing.
I mean, like I said, I tattooed it on my arm. Goonies never say die. Yeah. I wore the shirt. I know it's overkill, but I was like, I got to put the shirt on because we're talking about the movie.
There ain't no overkill on this channel.
All right, that's perfect. But yeah, it's just like the world. If you look at the world through Twitter or through social media, it could look ugly.
Yeah.
But if you go see it and touch it and understand it and you know,
meet real people,
around people.
Yeah.
Like I said, when me and you went and had pizza, it was so cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like you said, breaking bread. It's just I've never been to that pizza place. Never been to that side of Vegas before, and it's all those things. It's just
meet new people
see,
and having new experiences. That's what's cool about being able to go out. And we did it. That was, man, how was it? I feel so long ago already, but that was just in the summertime.
It was this year,
and you know, with the whole pandemic and everything, still kind of, it's still in Vegas a little bit, not so much in Texas anymore or Florida. We were talking about a little bit. But it's still kind of lingering there, but we're still able to like come together and go have these adventures and stuff. So with Goonies, what was it that, like, when you first loved the movie, like how did you connect to it in the beginning?
I remember, so Goonies came out in 85.
Mm-hmm. A good year for movies.
Yeah, Back to the Future was like number 1. I think Goonies was number 8 or 9. I'll look it up in a little bit. I think it was like top 10 that year. And me and my brother went and saw it. We were really young, and it's just something that we latched onto because we had that in our neighborhood. We had the Sandlot in our neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like we had that.
Yeah.
We had all that stuff. So those movies just mean a lot. It's just a lot of remembrance of you know, you can come back home. You got to be home when the lights go on. You know, the street lights come on. You got to be home. It was that type of childhood for me. Always outside, never in. Well, there's nothing to do indoor. We did have a Nintendo.
There's like very limited things.
Had like 5 games, and then
my childhood was very much the same. It was like we had a Sega Genesis, and then an N64, but that was it. And it was mostly just going out outside and having an adventure. Like we lived in the suburbs, and then we moved out to the country, and we had a creek and just a whole forest woods area. There were like, that's what I liked about the movie is it's like I said, like the epitome of being a kid and wanting to have an adventure, and that adventure being so large in the movie, obviously. You know, you have those kind of little adventures. Whenever I was a kid, we had that creek and we were exploring it, and there was like it was always Indiana Jones in my brain. You know, like it was we were literally like climbing on walls next to the creek, going down this deep creek into the woods, and then we literally discovered. It was awesome. We crawled on this wall. We crawled up this little bank, and it was like super dense foliage. And then we see an obelisk in the middle of the forest. I'm not kidding you. In the middle of the forest, this stone obelisk. We go up. It's a gravestone, and we like brush it off. It's all like Indiana Jones. And we were like, I think I must have been like 10, 11 maybe. I wipe it off, and it's the name of this Thomas Boswell, I think. I remember the name of this guy. And we told our mom, and then she told some friends, and then it ended up the historical society came and like surveyed the area and cleaned it all out because it was like a historical graveyard that we discovered, and it was literally in the middle of these dense woods. And it's like that's the kind of like you could almost get that Indiana Jones Goonies adventure. And I mean, that's what it's like.
I think we found a dead cat, and we were all like poking it with different sticks.
Oh, that's awesome!
Just to make the flies like, you know, it's like there's a dead. It might have been a squirrel. I don't know, but like all the flies around, and you poke it, and it's like, they're after. They're like, all right, Billy, go poke it again. Stir the flies up. or we throw rocks at like
Yeah.
the giant beehive to see if we
and then start running.
yeah, just like I can get it in the hole. Trust me. Boo, and it's like
Never happens.
It never happened.
But yeah,
It's
I feel like
stung,
that's
though.
stuff that you were saying it earlier that kids are missing that kind of adventure. That you're in
Well, they live
your
adventure
house
through their
and
phones now. It's like through TikTok and like things like that. It's like they live that's how they live their adventures now by scrolling. That's all the exercise they get and things like
it's
that.
like we're out
I
there
remember
getting skin knees and stuff.
no, and I used to teach 5th grade in the classroom before the pandemic, and now it's like we just teach online. I never went back to in the classroom, but I would always I got special permission to always, like when I did science, like we always left the classroom. I always had the kids outside.
Yeah.
Just to try to like, I don't know, like trigger something.
Do
to
something,
where it's just because they would rather just like look it all up on the laptops. I'm like, nah, man, let's go.
Like, give me a second,
leaves.
get my tablet.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
I was like, all right, we're gonna go collect leaves. Maybe
like,
find
why?
a snake. Well, I'm in Florida, so like by the school I saw
there's crocodiles and
pond.
stuff.
Yeah, there's alligators there. So we would walk, and I'm like, all right, don't get too close.
Yeah, be careful a little bit. You guys have like the craziest animals there. It's like crocodiles. You have alligators, pythons, like.
But they're harmless. They're harmless. All right, we don't have crocodiles. We have alligators.
I've heard stories that there are crocodiles there.
There's saltwater crocs, but you never hear stories of them attacking people. All right.
Yeah, it's because nobody's around. They wait till nobody's around. The story never gets out.
I had an alligator under my car when I first moved from Miami to Central Florida, and I was going to work. I was going to school. I was going to work, and my neighbor was like, "Hey, you need to kick your tire before you get in the car." And I'm like, "Kick my tire?" He goes, "Yeah, there's a little alligator in there." I'm like, "Is that normal?" "Yeah, it's pretty normal." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Just kick your tire." So you go, and I kick my tire, and sure enough, thing like just took off.
How big was it? Was it like?
Probably as big as my arm.
My God. I mean, that's not big.
Would rip my finger off if I shoved my finger. But
I think I could take on an alligator that big.
I mean, you can, because it's like I have like tons of pictures of like them chilling like in my I'll show you one of them just in my backyard. It's just like casual. They're just like hanging out. I give the old Trump thumbs up. There.
No way, man. No, I don't want no freaking alligators up in my life. Hell no. I'm fine.
Yeah,
we
but
have
you
deer.
guys got weird stuff in Texas too. You got rattlesnakes.
Yeah. As a kid.
See, I went to mess with no rattlesnake.
I went to a rattlesnake roundup where they literally go out and catch rattlesnakes and put them in a location where you could all like look at them. There's like 200 of them, just all in the same. It was in like a rodeo hall, like a big. I don't know what the fuck they call those things, but yeah, like it's not a thing. I was in the brush all my childhood years. I never saw one. Out in West Texas, out in the desert, right? Never saw a rattlesnake. Weird. You'd think I would saw one, but I never did. I was
or that they
protected.
would like want to bite you,
right? I don't know.
I guess you were in the right spot.
I never saw one in the wild. I've seen them obviously at the roundup because they round them up.
I grew up in Washington D.C.
The swamp.
Yeah.
What do they got there? We'll get to the movie eventually, guys.
It's cold. Like it got cold in the winter, and
so you don't got like any weird big animals, dangerous animals
in Washington D.C. Other than the president and like Congress and all. Yeah,
other than the government.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, as people are like, "I want to visit and see Washington." I'm like, "Yeah, I used to live there."
I've been there twice, but I've not had time to actually look at anything. We've done Change My Minds at the White House, but it's literally like fly in, do the event, fly out, and I'm literally a block away from going to the mall, and I'm like, I want to go see the mall, but I haven't been able to see it yet. It's a cool city though. I like it.
It is neat, like going through high school and all the field trips were.
I'm sure
Capitol building and all that stuff. So it's like I got all that out of the way.
You're like,
so
American history. I get it.
Yeah.
But we'll swing back to the Goonies.
I think that was all part of it. It was like
right,
our adventures, you know?
That's what the movie's all about. It's kind of like bringing that adventurous spirit back. But so it's got a lot of actors in it that either went to go do big stuff or big actors now, like Josh Brolin, Sean Astin.
Thanos.
Like it was kind of cool watching that. And then Short Round, he's awesome. You've got what's that kid's name? The Mouth.
Frodo. Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. This was his third movie or his second movie?
Mm-hmm. It was actually
Gremlins.
Josh Brolin.
And then
he was in Gremlins, but this was Josh Brolin's first film.
Really, his first film.
It was very first film.
He's Hollywood royalty.
He went on to like do. He won an Academy Award with Old Men. No Country for Old Men. I think So and then of course he played Thanos, but that was his first film. He played the jock in Goonies.
Yeah,
he was like, remember that thing? He had like the spring. I don't think I've ever.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, what is he doing? What is this?
I was like, I don't remember anyone owning one of those, but I guess it was like those band, like exercise bands.
Yeah, it's like
they used to
tension,
have.
But it was so not tensioned because like they were supposed to like the gag was they were gonna pull it and they tied him up with it. But he was just like, I'm like, what are you doing with this? It's there's no tension in this tension workout tool. There's a lot of good people.
So,
a lot of good actors in it. What do you think of the kid actors? Like the way they were directed. That was one thing because I didn't watch it as a kid, so I wasn't like attached to it from being a child or being like a teen. So, I watched it whenever I was like 17 or 18, and the way that the kids talk in this movie is like so unique to any other movie. Like they're so natural. It feels real. It feels like real kids talking to each other.
There's also a lot of they over talk each other a lot like they would in high school or like in school, right? Where it's just like there's certain scenes where they're all yelling at each other, and then the big bro had to be like, everybody shut up.
Shut up comes down.
But I think that was done purposely. I do know that some people had criticism with that because they're like, oh my gosh, those kids are annoying, but it's like that's exactly how they act. Which I totally understand. I kind of get that a little bit. It's like everybody's dialogue is turned to 11. It's like very loud. Everybody's yelling, but that's real. Like if you're all together and you're kind of doing this, you're figuring things out. You're all in this crazy attic and things are around and you're like, what's this? Oh my God. That's kind of how kids are. So it makes sense to like reality. Well, it's like no one's the boss, when you're like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Like everyone's.
You're all talking over each other, and
exactly. They're all just like, I know what's right.
You're like, oh, look at this thing. I got this. Oh, what's this? I'm gonna throw it over there. Oh, I smashed something. Oh man. Yeah. Exactly. So like that's kind of like the way they all talk to each other. But it does change. I feel like the opening of the movie, not the open of the movie. That's the jailbreak. But with all the kids, it's everybody's talking to each other, and it's very excited. Like they're all excited about everything and screaming and whatnot, and then whenever they get down into the caves and all that stuff, it kind of mellows out a little bit more, and you can hear people talk to each other, and there's more dialogue. Like the earlier scenes, the dialogue is sometimes hard to hear because everybody's talking over each other. But then whenever they get down there, it's more everybody's kind of like, what's going on? Where are we going?
Exactly. And that is the beauty of good storytelling, because every single one of them had an important job.
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
And that's the thing that like a lot of people might miss, but it's like, Data, who's Short Round. He had all the gadgets and he kind of found his place.
Yeah.
Then you have Sean Astin, who's Mikey. He was like, he kind of developed he got to kiss the girl. He developed into the leader where they were kind of watching him. You know, yeah, the cheerleader, she was the piano player,
She
so
played
she had her
piano. Yeah.
place and all that stuff. So everybody just kind of found their place, which is really, it's a thing that you don't really see much anymore. Like not as much as you should, where you have a group of people and everyone is equally important, and that's
Yeah.
what makes certain parts of that, movies like that great.
Or they have
Like
their
I always
time to
said that about
shine.
Star Wars. What was that?
They always have like their time to shine. So there's a
Yes.
big group of characters, but then they get their little moment to do something good
Yes.
in it. You know, that's
Exactly.
what I don't know if did you watch the Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Oh
Have you
yeah.
seen it yet? That it's kind of like that, where that movie,
Yes, exactly.
all of the characters by the end of the movie, they all had their own moment to like do their thing. That would,
And that's what,
contribute to the ultimate success.
and that's what I was saying. Like movies like Star Wars and Indie and all these things. Like, so you take Star Wars too. It's like even the droids, C-3PO and R2D2. Like the movie couldn't be made without them, and
Mhm.
that's why you have these movies where everybody finds like favorite characters. Even in the Goonies, like people find their favorite character and just kind of go with it. Like for Ghostbusters Afterlife, I loved podcasts. I
That
don't
was
know
mine.
why.
That was my favorite.
Was it?
Yeah.
It just reminded me of like me, like a YouTuber. It
Yeah.
just was so
You could do
great,
something
man.
important. You could be anything you want, like an influencer.
Yeah, it was so great. It made me, and he
It's
would
funny.
laugh at the jokes. Oh man.
Yeah.
Anyway, not just no spoilers, but
Yeah.
like it was. I loved it, but
And I think that's why I
was
like
the
that
beauty.
movie so much, because it had that adventure feel of a kid adventure. You know, it wasn't Ghostbusters, which I heard that's the negative about it. People criticize it for, but I think it's very much a different movie. It's kind of harkening back to kid adventure movies like Goonies. That's what I always like. As soon as I walked out, I was like, this is like Ghostbusters meets Goonies.
Yeah, I
You
said
know,
the same thing.
Like you have these kids going through and discovering things and going on this kind of adventure. I kind of wish they went more into that, even more, actually. More lore and more of that like mystery of what's this past history stuff, like the Goonies did.
The thing with the Goonies too, so you have everything for a good story. You got the town's in trouble. Who's gonna solve it? The adults can't help you. Like they've done enough.
Yeah, they're about to sign. They've given up already.
Yeah. So now they got to figure how do you save the town? And then you've got like the Fratellis, the bad guys. You know, the whatever you want to call them, the gangsters, whatever. They just kind of randomly show up. You know, they're in the same
Yeah.
they're in the same house. So you have that. Then you have like the character like, what is he doing here? You have Sloth,
Yeah,
a big
You're like-
muscle guy. Like, what is he doing there?
it's so like
just-
unique. You don't make movies
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
have
saying.
crazy
It's
weird
like-
stuff like this anymore.
They just start adding like
Yeah.
certain things, and then it goes from we got to save the town. The Fratellis are here. They're gonna kill people. Which the lady from Throw Mama from the Train. Oh, what was her name? I thought she was
Oh yeah,
awesome in the Goonies, and that was one of her last roles before she passed. But she had one of
Yeah.
the best lines ever. When she kicked them all out, like the first
Yeah,
time she
she's
meets
like-
him, and she's just the camera just goes into her face. Yeah, she's leaning back, all upset, like kids suck.
kids suck. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
It was so perfect, you
Yeah.
know. It was just like so perfect. So you have that mix of, you don't know what's gonna happen next, and then now they have the treasure map, and then you didn't even know like they're coming up on a pirate ship. It's just
Yeah.
such a, the thing for me was the pacing just never stopped.
Yeah, it's
it was
very
a
fast paced.
constant, it was a constant, like you said, an adventure that just, right when you think it's going to be a slow part, they hit a booby trap, and then
Yeah.
of course you've got like the other characters, the high school. Then you go to the high school characters. We have Josh Brolin played the jock, and there's a cheerleader. Then there's a cheerleader's friend who's a nerd. Then these are glasses. She's
And there's
Velma of
there's
the
almost a
group.
jock even above Josh Brolin's jock. He's almost like he's like
the
the cool
jerk
kid
rich
that wasn't
kid.
the jerk,
Yeah.
in school. But then you've got this guy. He's got a convertible, and he's like macking on the girl, the Josh Brolin's girl, and yeah,
But
yeah,
you know what's great?
great archetypes.
In the first time you meet that rich jerk kid, like he's like adjusting his mirror to look up a girl's skirt.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's
He's like,
They won't ever put that in a movie again, man.
No. And he's the bad guy. Like, it wasn't good. Like, he was the bad guy. People didn't like it.
Exactly. Oh man, it's just that was the beauty of that movie, and Donner made that. The guy who made Superman.
Yeah. There's nods to that in the movie. Obviously, with Sloth having the shirt, they play the Superman theme. There's little there's hints to. I mean, Donner didn't do it, but the Gremlins. There's like a little Gremlins nod there. There's like little stuff inside of the movie that I like too.
That's why I was so. And then you get to the kids' characters. You got Mouth, talks a lot, who speaks Spanish for some strange reason.
Yeah, they didn't explain that. Why aren't they in like they're in Washington State or Oregon or something? Yeah, it's like, why would you speak Spanish and so well, being like a little kid?
Yeah,
like it didn't make any sense.
They're in like some small trailer park town that's about to get demolished for a golf course.
Some port town.
And he's like, I speak perfect Spanish. But see, that's the cool thing too. It's like, so think about the beginning of the film, how they introduce the movie. So they break Fratelli out of jail and they're driving like past the cops.
Yeah.
But while they're driving through, they literally introduce.
Yeah, it's like so well like put together.
Oh my god! So, and he like strawberry milkshake.
There's a police chase.
Exactly.
Like, oh shit!
I'm like, see, that's so. It was just so perfect.
Yeah.
How they just set everyone up, like the police chase, and then they would pause to one of the kids.
Yeah.
One girl was like bobbing for lobster, like that was weird. And
that was weird.
And then you had Data, like he was like being pulled in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
you know, but that's how they did it. They introduced it, and then then their humor. You had Chunk, the truffle shuffle. Everybody knows
that poor kid.
Truffle shuffle. Yeah, but he goes in and knocks over the statue of David.
Yeah,
in the beginning,
they put it in upside down. If God put it in like that, it'd piss on your face.
He goes, "Looks fine to me."
And that's also good, like. Right at the beginning, when they're setting everything up, the Fratellis are driving through, they're on the police chase, they're setting up all these characters, and you see Chunk, and he's like, he says shit. Like, well, that's whenever you're like, okay, this isn't going to be, your typical family kid movie. It's going to be a little, a little bit different. And because I think that was what was great about it. It's like, it was like real kids, like that. You all know kid like that.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Everybody knows
one of the Goonies.
No offense, Quarter Black. No offense. You remind me of Chunk a little bit because of the clothes. Like Chunk wore the party shirt.
Oh my god, that's true. I dress like Chunk.
All I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Like what kid dresses like that at that age? But there's always one.
Yeah.
There's always one that wears the type of outfit.
I think Chunk is probably my favorite character actually, because he separates from the Goonies, and he's on his own, and he's being tortured, and then they tell us what you know kind of thing, and then he's like, spill it. And he goes in, okay, well, I did this, and I did that, and I did that, and I did this. And it's like, just goes on forever about all these different, like, pranks and things that he did. I threw up in my jacket, and I took it to the movie theater, and
they're all just listening too.
Yeah, and they're just like, I kind of like this kid.
Listening to this, I know. The funny thing, he smells the ice cream in the freezer.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here. Wait, he's like, there's the ice cream in there.
But when the dead body comes, he screams.
Yeah,
it's so stiff. I love
how he goes into the refrigerator and goes straight to the ice cream. Does not notice that there's a dead body in there at all. And he's like, they've got this kind. They got the chocolate. They get this. And he's like, oh, guys, and there's a dead body just like right there.
It's like, it's so stiff. And then he gets locked in the...
They forget him in the room. I thought that guy did a really good job. The dead body. I was like, dang, that guy is a real person.
Effects, man.
It was a real person. Like, how did he...
Yeah.
He was like... dead
the
whole time.
Practical effects. So listen to this real quick. And then... So Goonies came out in 1985. Do you know any of the top... I might.
Well, so I mean, Back to the Future, right?
All right, so yeah, 1985, Back to the Future was number one. You know what? You want to take a guess at like, because if I read the top 20, you'll be like, wow, I didn't know all that came out in 85.
No, I
That's
know,
like,
I know. Like 85 is a really good year for
so, all
movies.
right,
There's
I'll
a
just go
lot.
down the list. So we got Back to the Future was number one, Beverly Hills Cop,
Oh.
number two, Rambo First Blood Part 2,
Okay.
and then Rocky 4.
Damn, in the same year.
Yeah, Cocoon was number 5, Witness number 6, Goonies was number 7. Goonies on such a small budget made $61 million.
Wow.
Crazy. Police Academy 2 is number 8, Fletch 9, A View to a Kill 10, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Mask,
Also too.
The Breakfast Club,
Right.
Pale Rider, number 15, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I loved.
Yeah.
16, Brewster's Million. 17 was E.T. the re-release. And I'll skip down. Number 19 was Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. 20, Spies Like Us, and 21 was Commando.
Dang, that's 3 Chevy Chase movies.
Yeah, notable extra was Teen Wolf, Silverado, St. Elmo's Fire, Desperately Seeking Susan, Fright Night, The Last Dragon, Summer Rental with John Candy, Weird Science, one of my
Weird Science. Oh,
all-time favorite.
I love that fucking movie.
And Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, and Porky's Revenge. Those are just some notables.
Wow.
For
85. 85 is
what
crazy.
a freaking year.
Yeah. I got to do a Fright Night. Next Halloween, we're going to do a Fright Night.
What a freaking year, man. That's like going to the movies and not knowing what to watch.
Yeah, you're like, there's
It's like, what do I pick?
Where do I go?
And Back to the Future reigns supreme.
Rightfully so, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a tough year, movie. But yes, that movie's perfect. So,
yeah, all that,
wait, so
for Goonies to rank 7 though, that's pretty.
Yeah, Back to the Future and Teen Wolf came out the same year.
Yeah.
Wow. Michael J. Fox year.
Yeah, Teen Wolf didn't do so good. It's like, I mean, it's 23rd, 23 on the list.
I think it's more like it kind of had that cult following later. Picked it up.
But I find it funny that Commando's 21st or 21, and then Rambo's 3.
Rambo's 3. So Rambo
got him.
I mean, that was a good ass Rambo movie. The second one.
The second one was pretty epic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rocky 4 is right. He released
right
2
there.
of his big ones like on the same year. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, right there in the middle was Goonies. It didn't really have a big budget.
It seems low budget, but like in a good way. You know, it didn't show its flaws. You know, like it's a pretty straightforward movie. They even cut out a lot of big set piece things. Wasn't there the squid?
So there were when they all jumped out, there was an octopus scene. If you see the scene, you kind of go, yeah, I kind of see why they cut that out.
It's kind of like the Popeye
ran out of money.
octopus scene. Like it's almost the same. I bet they just used the same prop. Like it's got that same. Whenever I was a kid, though, that octopus was terrifying in Popeye. I was terrified. It looked scary, but now it doesn't look scary at all. They're just like, oh, I've got octopus tentacles on me. Ah.
But the thing is, Short Round mentions the octopus at the end of the film. You know, so
couldn't cut that out.
Yeah, because it was just bundled up with everybody,
and like all the kids, they end up even in the movie. They say like Chunk over. He tells stories about things that they did that they didn't really do. So you kind of just like don't think about it. It kind of just happens.
I mean, the ending, like if we go all the way to the very, very ending, it's kind of funny because it's almost like they kind of rushed it a little bit. Like maybe they were like, we're out of money, we got to go. So,
like, all right.
Because you had the Fratellis that like killed people, you know, and they're just randomly walking up.
Yeah, like they're walking up to where they obviously see police officers. They're just like, what?
Easily gone the other way.
Yeah, there's a giant beach. Go the other direction.
Yeah, so they're randomly walking up. You have like,
and they're like, arrest them. tied
they're
that
the
up.
bad
There.
guys. Like they're the bad. You have a bag filled with jewels that nobody knows if they're real or fake, and he's like, oh, "Okay, we got enough money to save
They're
the
like,
town."
I'm ripping up this thing, and
So-
nobody ever's gonna buy the town.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're kind of like, well, they just rushed that ending like really quick, didn't they? But the interesting fact is, the Goonies was shot on location, and it was shot in order.
Really?
This is one of the facts. Yeah, they shot the movie almost in perfect order.
That like never
Of the
happens.
film never happens, and it took over 5 months, which is a long time
That is
for
a
a
long
movie
time.
like that. 5 months. The other, so it was filmed mostly in Astoria, Oregon, and the tunnels and the cave and the pirate ship was shot in Burbank, California.
Huh.
So
The set for the ship is crazy big. You know that they have the whole cavern and that ship with water. It's such a massive set. Like they would never do that anymore. If they made this movie again, it would just be all CGI and it would look fake.
So the secret to that was the ship was covered, and in the scene where the Goonies turn around to see it, they didn't tell him it was a ship. They told him that it was another set of caves because they wanted to get the kids' natural reaction to seeing a giant lifelike pirate ship. So they were like, all right, when you turn around, like, act surprised you're seeing more caves. Yeah. And then they saw the pirate ship and they were like, whoa. So it kind of like, that's how the director was trying to get more natural reactions from such a young cast. So like that was another
that's cool
fun fact.
Yeah, I mean, and it worked. They felt genuine, and you can kind of tell like that's what he was going for. He was going for like genuine kid reaction and like how an actual kid would be in that situation, and that kind of blankets the entire movie. Whenever they go into the attic, they haven't even discovered the map yet or any of that stuff. They're just in an attic going, whoa, what's this? A bunch of cool stuff. Like, that's how kids go. Like, if you went to an attic and there was a bunch of weird, like, pirate stuff and, like, all this interesting stuff in an attic, you'd be all going through all that stuff. And then they find the map, and then they go, oh, my God, what is this map? Yeah.
Me and my brother going through my grandparents' attic was cool.
Yeah,
but like today, like I have nothing in my I think I have the Christmas trees there.
You're like, oh my gosh, look at this fake Christmas tree.
Yeah, like that's it. But like back then, like my grandparents actually used the attic for like stuff like that. Yeah, it's the whole thing. You pull the string, and the little ladder comes up. So yeah, it was cool as a kid to go up there and like rummage through all their old stuff that they just didn't get rid of.
But yeah, I mean that's how kids act. And I think it's cool for them to think that forward and be like, okay, we got this set. We're not gonna tell the kids. We're gonna turn them around, and that's what we're gonna film, and we're gonna get the actual reactions from them.
So another fact: Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk, that was his only movie he was in.
Yeah, he's a lawyer now, I believe.
He retired, and started his own business with a law degree, and he's doing extremely well in the entertainment law firm.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what's cool about him is he never turned into one of those people that were like, I moved past that. Like if you go to Mark Wahlberg and bring up Marky Mark, like you get escorted like out the building. Like he
get the fuck out of here.
None of that. Like none of that. I want none of that. But
that's not
he's
me
just
anymore.
like truffle shuffle, man. Like he plays it up. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, you gotta accept it.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I've heard stories of kind of almost in that same vein of people that own the house, the Goonie house. So many people were going to their house and doing the truffle shuffle in front of their house that they had to put up big fences and be like, do not come around this house anymore. And I think one of the owners like sold it because they just couldn't take all of the people going to the house. Because I mean, like you said, it's an actual place. That house is an actual house that they sold Somebody owns that house, and they're just like bombarded by truffle shuffles.
Practical sets, man.
It's hilarious.
Dude, I would have turned that. I would have made money off that.
Right? Yeah. Why would you not just go, oh, yep, this is the Goonie house. Come right in and look at it. Oh, here's the statue. The penis is upside down.
Everybody pack up upstairs. Let's turn the attic into some like treasure thing. Let's charge like $25. And here you go. Right here, you can do the truffle shuffle.
Then,
have fun.
Then within bicycle distance, you buy some more land. You set up a whole adventure out there. So then you could ride your bike from the house into the woods, and you go in this little adventure. Come on. You got to embrace it.
Speaking of the bicycles, the part where Josh Brolin was being held on to the car. Like, I just have a feeling like they won't put that in movies because they'd be like, that's so dangerous. That poor young man.
Kids are going to try and emulate that. We just can't have that in the movie.
Right? Yeah. Can't you just hear them saying that?
Well, they opened the movie with a hanging man. Surely he's not actually hanging, but they go into a prison cell and he's hanging. He's hung himself. It's like they would never, ever do that. Yeah. They open it up with that.
Look how we grew up, man. Like, just like, like we were smart enough to know.
Yeah. It's a movie.
Don't do that. Yeah, we were smart enough. That's a movie.
So stupid. Like we're so coddled these days.
That's why we don't have good storytelling, man. And that's why like they'll develop characters that might be cool. Like you take the sequel trilogy, not to go back on Star Wars, but they made, like Finn was my guy, and they just tossed it. Like his character had no point. It was pointless. He didn't have to be in the film. Sean Astin's One-Eyed Willie speech was technically improvised, so it was just him. Now you gotta wonder. Yeah, you gotta wonder when they named the pirate One-Eyed Willie. You don't think there was like jokes?
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna name him One-Eye Willie, and then you open up the movie with the statue, and he's got a dick upside down. It's all full circle. I'm gonna get these super chats out of the way. I got 2 of them. Snow Dub Music and Entertainment for $2. Happy Turkey Day, Drunk and Quarter Black. Well, happy Turkey Day to you. I'm thankful for you guys.
I'm glad to be here.
Dent for $10. Thank you so much. My wife wanted to go to Estonia for our honeymoon. Imagine if you had that house and you could just open it up to people. They could stay there. You could stay at the Goonies. No, then you would buy the summer restaurant, and you make that another location. Come on, guys. Come on. It writes itself. To go see all the locations, the jail. Baby. Oh, that's right. I mean, all of it's there. The jail, Mikey's house, Haystack Rock. It was awesome. So you guys did actually go? Oh, man, lucky. Should have went and saw it when I was in Oregon. I didn't know you could do all
that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it being an actual location. Back to Popeye, the Popeye Village is an actual location as well.
Mm-hmm.
They built that whole thing out and left it there.
Such an underrated Robin Williams movie.
Okay, right? Nobody ever talks about it. I had it on VHS. I love that movie. A lot of people shit on it.
I've watched it 1,000,000 times, yeah.
People shit all over that movie. I love it. It's kind of like a weird, dark drama
they tried
almost.
To make it more live action, but it was a musical.
It's got a little musical elements, but like just enough where it's not annoying, but it's kind of there, and it makes sense. Like the scene where I'm just gonna do it. Let's talk about Popeye now, where he's like singing to the baby, and yeah, come on. People shit on that movie all the time. I think he did.
And
he was
like
funny.
He didn't like his spinach, but then when he eats it,
yeah, like come on. And when I was a kid, it was terrifying.
All right, we'll do that next live stream.
Next time, we'll talk about Popeye. That's a good one. I gotta watch. Oh man, I have not watched that movie in forever. I'm gonna go watch it again. But that was it. Well, actually, we got 2 more here. Let me read these, and then get another. Do you have another fact?
Oh, I have a bunch.
Oh,
yeah,
hey,
no, get
let's
them.
do this.
Knock
let's
them
do
out.
It. Let me refresh here so I don't miss them. Aiken. I'm gonna go with Aiken for $7.99 Australian prisoner coin. Coddling. Have you seen the handling silhouette in the handing silhouette in Disney's Tarzan? Oh, the hanging. You said handing, but I think you meant hanging. Okay, that's true. But that's not recent. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's some hardcore stuff too. Whenever that was one that was scary as a kid too.
Yeah.
Cause it was like he was flying down that thing and his face was like crazy. He's reaching at those things. Yeah, as a kid, I thought that was scary. Love to see this movie, gents. I was the age of the older brother when the movie came out. I was the age of didn't exist. Sperm. Steven Launto for $2. MCU equals the Fratellis of Disney.
Oh, the Fratellis. Yeah.
Yeah, those evil people.
That's funny.
That was so funny too. The brothers, they fucking like hate each other. Like, at the end when they're fighting each other and they fall down and he's like, "Oh, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. How are you? Oh, good. Okay." And they start fighting again.
See, that's how brothers fought too.
Yeah.
Like I have a little brother and we fought, man. And then every now and then you wind up a little too hard and you're kind of like, all right, all right.
Oh, sorry. And then they start crying. You're like, hey,
right?
it's okay. It's okay.
I might have really hurt. Yeah, it's like,
don't tell mom. Yeah, please don't tell him. Trey 50 Daniel for $5. Have you watched Arcane on Netflix? It's actually really good based on the game League of Legends and doesn't have any overtly woke story. Well, that's good because I actually saw the trailer for it. The animation looks really sick. I don't know League of Legends at all, but the animation looks pretty cool. And it looks like it was sending up those woke red flags. But if I'm hearing that it's good, I've heard it from several people now. I might have to check it out.
I hate the fact that that's where the needle is right now with movies. And then it's
like a factor now. It's a factor.
Would Goonies be considered like toxic? Maybe.
Oh man, I don't know. It has representation.
Enough, maybe.
It had data in his family. There's no black characters, so there would be an article about that.
Rich, mean white guys, so they might have. Might have given a woke bonus point, or true. Some bonus points.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready for that.
I was just wondering, like, if they would do that. So Sloth was an actual tough guy. The guy who played Sloth was the 1973 NFL draft pick. He won 2 Super Bowls with the Oakland Raiders before turning to acting. But he died of a drug overdose.
Oh,
so yeah,
it's rough.
Yeah, that was rough. Let's see. There's some Sloth facts here.
Sloth facts.
The song that Jake Fratelli sings to Sloth and to Chunk before he's captured is from the
like
from
Italian
Madame
song?
Butterfly. Yeah,
like the opera music.
The opera. Yeah.
There's a funny little character work there.
Chester Copperpot may or may not have been a veteran actor. It's a mystery.
May or may not.
Of Chester Cop. Yeah. Interesting.
Wait, who's? Oh, the guy that died trying to find the
original guy. The only picture they had was like a news, like I guess a news article. The bats in the underground cave were used with movie trickery. It was paper mache, and they were shot out of an air cannon.
Bam!
Can you imagine?
What the heck?
It's like Josh Brolin's gonna look in the hole. He's like, "Hello," remember? And then the bats just come.
Yeah.
He's like,
air cannon
there with a potato gun, just waiting to shoot a bunch of paper
right in your face.
Out. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. The Goonies takes place in the same universe as Gremlins.
Is that true?
They did that on purposely. Wow, that's
what's the link though?
Believing Chunk is pranking him over the phone again, the police police officer Chunk talks to recalls one of Chunk's stories about little creatures that multiply when you pour water on them, which is in reference to the movie Gremlins. Steven Spielberg was an executive producer on both films, and screenwriter Chris Colombo wrote both stories as well. Corey Feldman also appeared in both films.
That's true.
So there's definitely a connection. That's
That
interesting. Steven Spielberg directed a few scenes in the Goonies. The underground pipe scene and the wishing well scene.
Huh.
Oh.
He does that a lot where
actually.
he like ghost direct scenes. Apparently he did a lot of that for Poltergeist. He did that for Goonies. Yeah, it's like
you know
he'll
who
go
did that for?
What?
He did that. He directed all the lightsaber fights in episode 3.
What?
And he got no credit for it because George Lucas isn't part of, like, what is it, like the guild or
Screen
whatever it was?
Directors Guild or some crap?
Yeah, so he couldn't get credit, but he asked him to direct. Yeah, and so the only reason I know about that is if you watch the bonus scenes in episode 3, they're like, yeah, Spielberg is going to come in and direct, you know, Anakin and Obi-Wan and all the while George was working on the other parts. They
should have had him do all of the character work. He should have directed those scenes.
Could have directed the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
The slide at the end of Goonies was real. I figured as much.
Oh, that looked awesome.
It was a fully functioning water slide that was built for the film.
That's what I figured, because it looks like one of those 3 water slides, and that comes out of that rock face at the end.
So it says there was a problem because Donner and the entire crew would sneak in water slides during the filming because it was so much fun.
Of course they did.
Can you imagine?
Of course they did.
Key grip. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom.
Turn the water on. Let's go.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that set is awesome.
Corey Feldman's character was called Mouth for a reason. Not only was Corey Feldman's character appropriately named because he talked a lot, but the name fits for another reason. The scene where Mama Fratelli pulls the jewels out of Mouth's mouth was shot in one take, with Feldman managing to fit all those jewels in his mouth at once.
Oh, jeez.
And the camera cut a little bit. Like, that's why I thought, but that was a long.
Yeah. Pearl necklace.
Wow, I didn't know that one. June 7th is considered Goonies Day in Oregon, a place I probably will never go because Oregon's, I guess that's more Portland.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice when I went there. I was there last year. But that was in between. Yeah, it was whenever I went to Chaz. I went up to Chaz and then we went down.
That's right.
Through Portland down into California. But yeah, it's a super awesome, beautiful place. And it's too bad that it's just taken over by crazy leftists. It's too bad.
I mean, fun fact, Mikey, Sean Austin, who was also in Lord of the Rings, he played Sam.
Yeah.
He was also Rudy. He was in a lot of cool films, wasn't he?
He was a brother in 50 First Dates.
Was allowed to keep the map from the film.
Oh, dude, nice.
The map of the film was actually made with gold and real blood splatters to make it look authentic. However, his mother found it years later and threw it out, thinking it was just a crumpled up piece of paper.
Mom, what?
Can you imagine?
I don't believe
would be
that.
Worth a lot of money.
There's no way. No way. If you're Sean Astin's mom, you know he was in the Goonies. I don't believe that for a second.
Oh my God. Listen, my mom threw away a lot of my
And Sean, what are you doing with your map? Why are you rolling it? What, do you just put it on a shelf somewhere? Frame that. What are you doing?
I should be in a frame.
Mom's throwing away stuff.
Many of the kids in the movie were able to bring in their real life parents to hug them at the very end of the film.
Huh.
It doesn't give a list who.
They're just like, hey, bring your parents. It's Parents' Day. We're gonna hug.
Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk, got the chicken pox right before filming, but he decided to show up anyway because he didn't want to be replaced. You can notice a few chicken pox during the truffle shuffle scene. I did not know
really?
that.
What? Okay, I'm looking this up now.
Wow. Wow, I did not know that. Um, when the Fratelli brothers were arguing, Mama Fratelli was told to slap Jake Fratelli, which was Robert Davi. Is that how you say his last name? As hard as she could, and she obliged.
And she did.
Wow, she was great in that film. Like she was like perfect as the mom.
Horrifying, kind of scary.
Yeah, like the mean old grandmother that you didn't want to mess with, had a gun in her hand.
Kids suck.
Yeah, it's just like she grabs the guy mouth and then pulls a switchblade.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna cut your tongue out.
Can you imagine? But that's the thing with Mal too. He was being a smartass.
Yeah.
It was like, you call this water? Like
it's wet, ain't it? Drink it.
Yeah, I know. He's like mixing it around. There was a Goonies oath that was cut out of the film. Interesting. They should have left that.
There's
in.
a lot cut out of the film. Like there's whenever Chunk and Sloth go back through and they have the pipes and everything. Whenever Sloth puts the pipes back up and you can hear the car crash and all that stuff, that was actually a scene that was supposed to be through the entire movie where they like let somehow a chimpanzee got out. The chimps from a zoo or something got out.
Yes.
And they somehow got the red car from the jock and they were joyriding it through the town. And like they shot all this stuff. And then at the end, there was something that at the very end where they had to cut one scene that ended up being like the ending of the chimpanzee scene, like the arc. So they ended up just cutting the entire sequence out. So like the culmination of the chimpanzee scene was cut at the very end of the movie. So they were like, oh, well, I guess we have to cut all of it now. So whenever you see he puts it up and you hear the car crash and there's sirens and stuff, that's because of the chimpanzees or the monkeys or whatever.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How about this one? I didn't know this either. When Chunk claims that about the confession of puking over the theater balcony, he claims in the DVD documentary commentary that it's not based on anything in real life. That is not true. The young actors heard a story being told by Steven Spielberg, who decided to prank people when he was growing up in Phoenix, Arizona, by puking over the side of a balcony. So Chunk told the story that he heard from Steven Spielberg, and they left it in the movie.
They all started puking on each other. Never felt so bad in my life.
Wow. Corey Haim auditioned for the role of Mouth, but lost it to Corey Feldman. Wow. Those guys were like...
They were tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they were auditioning for a bunch of different stuff together. Like, they would both go in for the same part, and then one would get it, the other one wouldn't get it. So...
There is a Goonies 2 video game out for Nintendo. I don't know nothing about that.
Goonies 2? Oh, I think I remember that, yeah. Goonies 2.
In the novelization of the Goonies, it confirms that Chunk's parents actually do adopt Sloth, and they even throw him a bar mitzvah.
Look at that. Yeah, because he just goes up and he's like, "You're gonna come live with me now."
Yeah.
And it's like, did you ask your parents at all or nothing?
Chunk's parents shows up with Domino's pizza.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh so yeah, worried. You have pizza. It's so good."
Oh my god, that's so funny.
We got to go home because dinner. You know, like that was his line whenever they were about to go into the restaurant, and he was like, "It's getting dark out. We got to go home. It's dinner time."
Oh my!
He's the best character.
All he was worried about was food.
Food the entire time.
And those are all the fun facts that I have.
Dude, Goonies. Goonies is great. I wish they'd make a new
part.
What
was like a couple of the scenes that just were like, yeah, that's cool.
I like the piano scene. I wish there was more of that. I wish there was some like more traps along the way. I mean, they had those. They had like the falling rocks, the slide, but I wish there was like a little bit more, and there were more like elaborate ones because that's the more Indiana Jones one of them all. And I always thought that was such a cool like set I mean, along with the ending set of the whole pirate ship and all that all looks so cool. Yeah, I'd say probably that scene, the piano scene.
I thought, I thought that was great. I kind of liked. Let's see. I liked when Data fought the Fratellis. You know, and he put like slick shoes, and it's like that was most of his crap never worked.
Yeah,
but it like worked. It worked at the time it needed to work.
Right. Yeah. Apparently, that's another thing that they cut out. There was a bunch of more scenes with him where he had other gadgets and stuff that they ended up cutting down. Yeah, there's a bunch of this movie that was cut out. Like I almost feel like you could do like a 2 hour or 3 hour long Goonies with all of the extra stuff in
it. They had the realism there, but they also had the imagination realism. Like when Data fell, he's supposed to fall to his death, but the little mouth pinchers and Slinky like kept him up. I mean,
there's
it's
no
like
way.
We're all not dumb. We know that wouldn't work, but it's like it's cool that it works because he's an You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just had.
And like where does the boxing glove come out? Because you never see it before, but it's like you suspend disbelief. You know, like it's a fun movie. I think the movie can earn that kind of outrageousness further in the movie.
Yeah.
If it earns it along the way, and then by the time that things like that happen, you're like, okay, that's okay. You know, we've already been through a lot.
I agree. I mean, there's just like there was just a couple of those scenes that were like you said, that were outrageous, but it just you kind of didn't ruin anything for you.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool. But even like the little things where they were like, you have this film where you have the Fratellis that are trying to shoot these kids.
Like murder them,
gun, and he's like, "I'm gonna shoot him." Like,
I'm gonna kill. He shoots at Mikey. He shoots at Mikey's head. Like there's a scene where he's in it, and like the gunshot goes right next to his head. Like they're trying to kill them.
I know. And it's just like they won't do that.
But it's still the whole time. It's still like a fun adventure. You know, you don't feel the actual weight that would actually be. There's murderers trying to kill the whole way. The Fratellis are like this slapstick kind of funny. And I think it's all that setup of a movie. If you set your movie up and you tell the audience, okay, this movie is going to be, a little heightened reality, a little more silly, then you buy it all the way through the movie. If you set up a movie where it's overly serious and then wacky stuff happens out of nowhere, you go, whoa, what the fuck is that? That makes no sense. But if it's like set up where it's like, okay, this is a little bit, it's reality, but it's heightened a little bit.
Yes.
Then you can accept that kind of stuff.
Yes. And I just thought it played perfectly because then, like you would see kids like trying to invent stuff because he literally just used like household products, like those little like suction cup bullets.
Yeah.
That never stick to anything, but he got it to stick to a gun,
yeah.
Like
you
not
just
let
stick
go.
To it. Doesn't make sense. But
he
it's
had like
it's
oil
okay.
in his Nikes. That he had that. Oh man, it was just it was great. But you're right. Like some of the other like silliness is when they walk through the water pipe, and Sloth just like pushed it up, and the water fountain, the toilet explodes, and like all that stuff. But see,
and like all those locations are all connected to this one spot.
Yeah.
Like,
but the thing is, it's like the movie was geared. It was geared to the like probably 10 to 15-year-olds, and like for us it's freaking funny that the guy that I don't like is sitting on the toilet taking a dump, and like water shoots him up. Yeah, exactly, because we all know someone like that. Like we all know that character. I've always been to a wishing well, and I wanted to see what it was like in the bottom, and most wishing wells aren't, they're not built like that one. But that was so cool. It was like big and had waterfalls and all those things.
The set design is so cool in this movie. The wishing well set, the skull like cave system set, the ending, obviously, like I've already said like a million times, with the pirate ship. And
you
all
also
of that.
had the horny cheerleader who just wanted to kiss Brad
the whole time.
She's about to get shot, killed. She's gonna fall to her death.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, tied up, and she's like, let me kiss you. she kisses the little guy, you
Yeah.
know, and like he can't even walk, and they don't even like talk about that.
Yeah.
Like she kisses.
She brings it up later, and she's like, you know, go keep kissing. That was a weird line. What was it? She was like, keep kissing girls the way that you do.
Yeah.
And the parts that don't work
that way, right?
Like the things that don't work about you will catch up. It was like a weird line. I was like, what are you talking about?
When I'm in 7th grade, yeah, I want to kiss a cheerleader in high school. Like that's like the dream, man. Are you kidding me? That was perfect.
Yeah.
Like that's perfect. They like I said, they had it all. Like they just appealed to so much. And everybody has a little chunk in them. I'm sorry. We all like ice cream and milkshakes and pizza and stuff like that. So great film.
Great. Fantastic film. All right. Iron Buddha 80 for $5. You know, eventually Hollywood will ruin the Goonies with a remake with a whole new cast of gay and female characters. Probably. Actually, I just saw that there was like, it wasn't a remake of Goonies, but it was a homage. Netflix. There's a movie on Netflix, but it's set in Hawaii. All I saw was like a photo of the movie, but it's supposed to be like a homage. I'd like to go see it, see if it's any bad, any good. We'll see. I think that's the best. We should do that more often than movies like where they just take the movie and remake it. We need to stop doing that. Do more homages. That's what I feel like a lot of movies in the 80s were a lot of things that the director, whenever he was a kid, or they would see, they'd write into a movie, and then it would be like Star Wars is built on that. It's built on all the things that George loved about movies, and then he made his own movie. And that's what we need to do. Like, we need more stuff like that. I don't know if this movie's any good. It could still also be shit, but it looked
we live in a
interesting.
terrible time with no creativity and like these copycat. It's like we could just pump them out. We already got the script. Let's just change a few things.
Yeah.
And then let's just go.
That was the downfall of the first Ghostbusters 2016 was, okay, we'll take the Ghostbusters and just do the exact same thing, only not funny at all. With like current day.
To announce, never, ever saw that film.
Lucky. I wish I never did. Nate D for $2. Two very handsome men.
Why, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We try.
Yeah.
It's our diet.
That's what it is. I said
all the preservatives in our diet. Just keep
it's all potato weight, man. It makes you look beautiful. About to restock tomorrow.
Someone says Stranger Things is sort of like
kind of like that. Yeah.
Season 1 of Stranger Things, I could see a lot of the Goonies in that with the young kids, but I saw
Sean Astin is in season 2.
Yeah. I also saw some of the Goonies in movies like Sandlot. Like Sandlot was did you like Sandlot?
Yeah. Love that movie.
But see, even in that film, they had a dog that was like giant, bigger than a house, but it's like,
that's how you view things whenever you're a kid. So it works.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they got away with it and it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader lived in that house. He was blind, I think.
He was
right?
awesome. Yeah, he's blind. Or was he blind?
No. I think he was blind in that film.
I think so. But he was awesome.
Because they used the baseball that was signed by Babe Ruth, right? Like that was.
That's another great movie. I feel like the 90s were full of kid adventure movies like that, There was a lot of like the Disney movies that came out those times, like Sandlot, Giants, Mighty Ducks. Those are all like sports movies.
Honey, I Shrunk
the Kids. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's a great adventure movie.
The first one, yeah.
I don't wish that they would remake it, but I wish that they would remake it outside of current year creativity. I wish they would have somebody that has creativity make a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, because they could do some crazy stuff. I still want them to do like practical effects, because that was one thing that was so cool about those, is they had that giant Lego, they had the giant Oreo, they had that was cool, and the practical ant and all that stuff was super awesome. That's what made it really like real. Oh, the big cereal bowl.
Yeah.
I wish they'd do another one, but like, you know, in a reality where it doesn't suck. You know.
But again, that's one of those films that just had characters that we all like understood.
Yeah.
You know, father not relating to his son, and but then something happens, and then there's an adventure and brings everybody together.
Yeah.
You know, it was just
give it to
really
Jason
cool.
Reitman. Give it to him because
Oh,
he knows how
go.
to do. He knows how to pull off those kid characters and an adventure, and just give him that. Let him do something.
But see, that's the thing that I miss is I don't mind CGI, but when you CGI everything,
Yeah,
you're just like
it's the
you can tell. Like,
overused.
yeah, it's just like, come on, man. Like
sometimes it's like
chair to sit in.
It's like they shoot stuff practically, and then they touch it up to the point where it feels fake. Like even practical backgrounds, they can make look artificial with the color grade it, and they add stuff to make it perfect. You know, the over perfect everything is in movies these days. It makes everything feel so fake. It's like nothing is that perfect in reality, so you immediately don't feel reality in movies. Like there was a scene even in Ghostbusters, like the scene whenever Paul Rudd is going to open the trap. It's literally just he's in between two school buses, and there's a vacant lot behind him, but it doesn't feel real because it looks like they're almost on like a green screen, but it's real. It's a real shot, but it feels like it's been manipulated so much to make it the perfect shot that it doesn't feel real.
I get exactly what you're saying. But that's why the first 3 Indiana Jones was like so beautiful, because it was like it's like they just built the world that he was living in.
Yeah. Everything was real.
And then, yeah, that's the thing. And so someone mentioned in the chat Heavyweights. Heavyweights was
Heavyweights. I love Heavyweights.
That movie was great.
I can relate to Heavyweights.
I can too, brother. It's like that movie was so great. I love that film. It was like the film for fat kids. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it's my movie.
And they like made fun of the skinny people in the film. Yeah. It was so great.
Paul Feig.
Oh, I loved it.
Paul Feig, director of 2016 Ghostbusters. That was him. The skinny guy that goes out in the dance floor. Yeah, he goes out into dance floor, and he's like dancing. He's trying to get everybody to dance. That's Paul Feig.
Guy?
Yeah.
He's the really?
Yeah, that's the director of 2016 Ghostbusters.
What happened?
I know, man. What happened, bro?
Go back to Heavyweights. Fat kids farting. You can't go wrong with that. I'm sorry.
Ben Stiller was amazing in that movie. So good.
He was trying to sell like a DVD set.
So evil. Come on down. Get on the scale. Get off the scale. Get off the scale.
It was so great.
Oh, I love that movie.
I gotta watch that again. That movie was so great. I'm just
all right. That's the next one. So
yeah.
We'll do Popeye, and then we'll do that one.
I'm loving this talk, man. I'm loving it. It's just like it's making me happy.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about remembering that there's great movies out there.
You can't. Yeah, that's like an A+ in my book. I'm sorry.
It's up, funny.
Where are the fat actors, man? Like, where are they? Where's John Candy at? You know?
Yeah.
Where are they? Where's Tommy Boy? Where are these people? They're hilarious. Where's
I want fat representation.
They were hilarious. I think I loved every John Candy movie he ever made.
Classic. I mean, he's a legend.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Mike 134 for $5. Everything. Sorry, not everything. I can't read. Evening. I see the first 3 letters in a word, and I just assume the rest.
That's all right.
Evening.
I do the same thing.
Love the Goonies. Love Sandlot. Have y'all heard of the terrible remake of Home Alone? Yeah, I've heard horrible things about it. Saw the trailer and immediately said, nope. Yeah, I heard it's not good. I watched a video about it where the original Home Alone, the villains were villains. They were thieves. In this one, they're like a couple that are on like down on their luck, may lose their home, can't feed their kids or something. Like it's like they're not in a good financial location, and their doll in their house that they're trying to sell is worth a bunch of money, and they think the kid stole it, so they're trying to steal this doll so they can sell it to feed their kids. So like the villains are sympathetic. You're almost like, oh, you know, I kind of want them to.
They don't want to make bad guys.
And they
anymore.
make the kid like an asshole, like straight up just an asshole. Like Kevin McAllister, he wasn't an asshole. I mean, sure, he wasn't like a great, like he backtalked his mom and stuff, but he wasn't a bad kid. So you root for him and you want the bad guys to lose. In this, they kind of flop it where it's the other way around, and you're kind of like, well, I don't like this kid. This kid's kind of a dick. You know, I kind of want these people to steal it. I haven't watched the movie, but that's what I've watched the video.
I loved Home Alone, but I was also like, I don't know anybody who lives in a house like that.
I know that house is massive.
That house is so
ridiculous.
Big. It's like bigger than the shopping mall in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
like, what the
cannot
heck?
relate.
What does that guy do for a living? What the heck?
Well, he's flying his family out to fucking what? Like he's flying his whole family. Where are they going? Where are they going? Like England or some shit? Or like no, can't relate to that.
Crazy.
I'll probably be talking about it next month though. That or Die Hard. I gotta find somebody talking.
Yeah, gotta do Die Hard. It's like top 3 of my favorite movies.
I'm trying to get Elijah Schaefer on.
Ooh.
So guys, remind Elijah that he needs to come on my channel. He said he would. Just gotta poke him again. U.S. Marine 42. 42, it's the answer to the universe. For $20. Bro,
nice.
Thank you. That gets a yeah. Hey, you guys. I said it in the worst way possible. Here we go.
Hey, you guys.
Popeye is the greatest. R.I.P. Robin Williams. R.I.P. Robin Williams. All the best, gents. Keep up the good work. There's at least 3 of us out here that like the Popeye movie. Popeye movie is
I think we could change
great.
the opinion of some though if we hit them with facts.
Yeah.
And then if they don't agree with us, we'll call them racist.
That's the way to do it. Well, if you don't like Popeye, then you're a racist. You
That's
bigot.
right. We'll turn the tides on them
bigot.
all. We'll win.
Telling you, it's a great film. It's a great film.
It is good.
Got all the great characters. The burger guy, Wimpy.
Yeah, Wimpy.
Wimpy's in it.
Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea. Oh, Sweet Pea. Oh, come on. Sweet
Olive
Pea.
oil.
Popeye's dad. What's Popeye's dad?
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Popeye's.
Spinach, olive oil, Sweet Pea.
Who's the bad guy? Blutus.
Bluto.
Bluto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost said Brutus.
Brutus. That's Romeo and Juliet, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know that crap. I'm not cultured.
I'd rather talk about Popeye than Romeo and Juliet.
I'm not smart. All right. Well, is there anything else you would like to add to the discussion? I feel like we covered the movie pretty well. I feel like.
I think we did.
If you haven't watched the movie already, you feel like you've watched the movie, and you should probably just go watch the movie right now.
Yeah. And understand, like, films like that were made because of the imagination of like young people, and it just kind of fell into that imagination. And the thing that I loved about that is that it was adults that were writing it, like you said, remembering their own childhood and their own imagination. Hearing them talk, it's like, how cool would it be to find a treasure map and to save the day and to kiss the girl and to do all the, you know what I mean? It's like, that's exactly it.
It's like traditional storytelling, you know, in a different package. You know, it's this kid adventure package, but it's got all those tropes in there, and that like tropes are tropes for a reason. Like they work.
Mm-hmm.
Tropes work, and we're so far down the road of subverting expectations and stuff. It's like, man, can we just do what we know works? Like thousands of years, we figured out how to tell stories, and now all of a sudden we want to throw all that away. And because we're in modern we're in modern times.
We hire activists now instead of storytelling.
We don't tell stories anymore. We subvert stories. That's what we do.
Yeah,
it's so tiresome.
Oh man, it's awful.
And I think we've figured this out. I guess we've been talking about it the last few weeks. Is people, the creatives now don't have any experiences. So think about the people that wrote all of the movies that we love. They were kids in the 60s, 50s, the people that made movies in their time. Think about the people that wrote great stories, created great comic books. Stan Lee, like all of these people went through a lot, and culture really in our whole world went through a lot in the early 19s. You know, it's like the 20s through the 50s were kind of like a really tumultuous, even the 60s, I guess, tumultuous time, and people went through a lot of shit, and they took that and they made stories out of it. You know, like so creative coming out of that time. And the people that create things now just seem to not have, well, one, they don't have respect for the past because they think it's all evil. Yeah. They don't have any actual, I mean, I'm not saying this like everybody, blanket term, but a lot of the creatives,
almost hard not to, my friend, because it's just a lot of trash out there.
At least all the stuff that they put forth to everybody. I mean, sure, there's a bunch of there's small stuff that's out there that doesn't get the light of day.
But Garrett, listen to this creativity. Remember, we went through this list before. I'll go real quick. Back to the Future, time travel movie. This is all 85. And the second highest grossing film starred a black guy, Eddie Murphy, in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Diverse. What? I mean,
right.
And then the third movie is Rambo. It's a guy that just shoots and like goes to Vietnam and blows everything up. And then you have Cocoon, old senior citizens. I mean, think about the imagination of these films that came out, right? Then there's the Goonies.
The diversity, the creative diversity of movies back then.
And then there's A View to a Kill. You got a Bond film in there, you know, the James Bond film. And you got Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Those guys must have been smoking something to do Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Off the wall creativity. Yeah, it's like, why can't we do that again?
Black guy, Brewster's Million, Richard Pryor.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, we talk about it all the time. They're just saying, well, there was no roles for black people. There was no like minor. And it's like, Eddie Murphy has the second highest film.
Eddie Murphy was massive, you know, in the 80s and
Richard
90s.
Pryor made those films with oh my god, the guy that played Willy Wonka. He made a bunch of films.
Gene
with
Wilder.
Him. Yes, they were freaking hilarious. One of them, like, he was like deaf, and the other one was blind. Like, that was freaking hilarious. We didn't like look at the. It's just like what they're saying today. It's like we need more, you know, diversity and stuff. I'm like, I'm reading this is 1985.
But Eddie like Murphy's think about that list. Think about that list, and not just those, but like just the different styles of storytelling, different genres, different settings. Like we had Fright Night in there, you had Bond film, you had a comedy. And then the movies that we get these days are just so, everything is narrowed down. It's kind of like the music industry where there's so many different genres, but what gets floated to the top in public, you know, pop culture is like two different styles. It's pop, rap, or it's country, and that's like it, you know, on the main stage. I saw AMA, they were advertising the AMAs, and it was just rap and country music. And I'm like, that's not the only style of music that we have, guys. There's other stuff. But it seems that culture or whatever runs the, you know, the creative pop culture sphere, entertainment, they want us to think that everything is narrowed down to these like three things. And that's what movies feel like. It feels like it's either a superhero movie or it's a period drama where there's lesbians or something. Like, it's like those are the two only things. It's like, well, there's so many different things that you could be making.
Dude, the days where we used to go to the films and you couldn't decide. You'd be like, all right, you want to see Ghostbusters? Yeah. All right, that's sold out. All right, that's cool. Let's go see Back to the Future. You know what I mean?
There's so many cool things to go watch.
Like, look, you know what else is on that list we didn't name? The first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Wow, talk about another franchise, like a huge.
I'm just saying, like, all this is like, I'm going through like the top 100 here in 1985, and it's just like,
at some point we have to two. At some point, the entertainment sphere has to realize that you can't just keep selling nostalgia. You know, like I liked Ghostbusters Afterlife and all that stuff, and it's sure it's all dangly keys and nostalgia and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would rather them make new things, like make a Goonies, but new. You know, like what is modern day creativity idea of what a Goonies would be? Don't make Goonies, make something new, but something adventure. You know, let's see an adventure movie. What's that like? Let's do that. Let's make a ghost movie, but it's not Ghostbusters. That's something new. Or maybe just make something that's brand new, nobody's ever seen before. Go do that.
What was the last movie you remember that had a pirate map in it?
I mean, that's not Pirates of the Caribbean.
Might have been. That came out in 2003.
Yeah, wow. Hey.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know.
Like, you see, can't. I don't know either.
No.
All I know now is they're using time travel in every franchise to just to have that there so they can bring characters
Jumanji?
back if they need it.
Maybe. Or maybe that Jungle Cruise movie. I haven't seen it. I'm just guessing there's maybe some kind of map in it. I guess that was an adventure movie. But those don't feel... Again, like back to the CGI thing, it just feels like it's so overly CGI'd. It's not like real. It doesn't have any real stakes and it doesn't feel fun. Like I want an adventure movie that feels real again. Let's get
What's the last one you saw that was that other than Ghostbusters Afterlife that you can remember? See?
Yeah, it's been a long... I walked out of Ghostbusters feeling like I haven't felt this excited about a movie and that had that much fun in a long time.
Like a 5-star.
Yeah.
The last movie I saw in the theater before the lock was Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, so like I was happy to leave Ghostbusters. I was like,
yeah,
heck yeah. So people are saying Aquaman, Alita Battle Angel.
They were good. They were good. I don't know if I'm that super excited about those.
I haven't been in a while.
Yeah. I like Joker. I mean, not in a fun way. I mean, it's just a really good film. But I think maybe that was the last time I really went out of a movie going, damn, that was a great movie. Was Joker. I think it was like Joker, and then I think after over time, I think Ghostbusters Afterlife will kind of fade, and it won't be as impactful as the first time I watched it. But whenever I walked out of it, I was like, damn, I had a lot of fun watching that movie.
Agreed.
All right, I think I got another super chat. I gotta read that. Let me see. Oh, okay.
You guys in the chat are putting in great movies, so
Dragonheart. Ooh, that's a good one. Shang-Chi. Are you serious?
I
can't take you seriously. Afterlife was fantastic. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I understand like it's got like those dangly keys and the nostalgia bait stuff in it, but I think they did it in a way that was tasteful. It wasn't crappily done. I think for me, the wrong way to do it is Solo, where you learn every little nook and cranny of Solo's character, where it's like, where did he get the gun? Where did he meet Chewie? Where did he get the ship? How did he meet Lando? How did he get his name? I never wanted to know that, but I guess there's that. And this, they did it, all the nostalgia kind of stuff, subtly. I mean, all of them were landed subtly, but there were subtle bits in there that if you knew what it was, you saw it and went, okay, that's from the original, I get it. If you didn't, it just kind of happened. Like there was a scene where they put down the map of the town and they're all talking about this is happening and the world's going to end. And there was characters in the background turning and listening to them explain it kind of over their shoulder in the background. Well, that was a nod to the scene when they were in prison in the Ghostbusters when all of the prisoners, they're talking about Evo, Chandor, and all of the stuff, and like the prisoners are starting to like execution. Like that was little nods like that. That's kind of nostalgia bait that I'm okay with, where it's like in the background, it's not a main thing, but Solo was just like, his gun, his name's Solo.
That's right.
Here's Chewie. Awful. It was it's just not good.
Dude,
Princess Bride. Princess Bride. That's a great one too.
Solo, man. Who you here with? Well, I'm Solo. Okay, that's your last name.
Solo, then.
You're like,
we don't need
what?
that.
That's not even funny.
Kessel Run. Like, literally, is there anything about Han Solo that we didn't get explained in that Solo movie? Like, they went with every single piece of fact that some. If I go to a mall and go before the movie came out, what do you know about Han Solo? Well, he shot first. He has a gun.
Yeah.
He knows Chewie. He flies a ship. I think maybe something about a Kessel Run, 12 parsecs, and they're like, all right, write that down. Okay, let's just do that. That's our movie now. You're like, okay.
Absolutely.
Don't need that. Oh,
you know the worst part about that film, movies. And then I'll shut up. The worst part about Solo was when Han Solo was there, and he sees the poster on the wall, and they're like, join the Empire, and they're playing freaking Darth Vader's theme song in the commercial. And I'm like, you just wrecked. Like, it's not supposed to be in the commercial. Darth Vader didn't walk around in the original trilogy with dun dun, like following him around.
He didn't have a stormtrooper with a boombox.
It's like it's like part of the movie. Like, it's not. Yeah. And then they played it on that, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, it's like a fundamental misunderstanding of what Star Wars is. Like, we all know this, but like, they do not understand what Star Wars is. They just know Star Wars from the layman normie perspective of, it's that movie in space called Star Wars with laser swords,
right? With laser swords and boom boom guns. It's like, God, you guys don't know shit. Yeah, you guys are doing awful. a lot of great movies in the chat right now. Gremlins.
I see it. I know.
Silverado. Gremlins in there again. Running Man. I've got a lot of movies to do on this show. I'm not ever gonna run out of great movies. Mad Max, like, there's so many good movies that I just have not got around to yet, but I'm gonna get you. That I just
There's a list.
Love. So big, such a big list. A big list, the biggest list. I'm told, the biggest list. Okay. Let me see this one here. Steven Lanuto, like Naruto, but Lanuto, for $5. Wendy Torrance left the Overlook and changed her name to Olive Oil. That's right. She couldn't hand Overlook Hotel, so she went to a little port city and met a man with overly large forearms. Marksman of 117B for $5. Jay.
Exactly.
Jay, you have control. Should I play Soviet Anthem? My God, don't do this. Mr. Talalal, or I'm a Barbie girl in the Discord. You control the fate of the Discord's ears. He's talking about my Discord. I'm going to go mute your ass. Are you doing something right now? I'm going to get you. He was playing the freaking Soviet Anthem. He's in there right now.
Barbie girl.
No. All right, do with that. You'll be punished. Marksman, I'll get you. Let me flash this one more time. Make sure I got everything, because I missed one last time. All right, well, Jay, thanks for coming on the channel, dude.
No, it was a blast, dude. I love this kind of stuff. I love it.
Hell yeah. And we will definitely do this again. We're going to talk about Popeye or
I love it.
Any of the other movies that we've been talking about. We'll talk about some. I'll get you back on. So everybody, go subscribe to Drunk3PO. He's a Renaissance man. He's all over the place. He's just a world traveler.
Yeah.
Handsomest man on the internet.
So they say.
So they say. You guys, thank you for hanging out, giving me ideas for movies that I need to do this show about. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sending in the super chats. I appreciate those as well. You can subscribe to me. I'm almost at 20K, guys. I'm almost there. I'm like, let's check. Let's see how far away I am right now. Here we go. It's to go to studio. I am under 300 away. 275.
I'm
let's do
500 away from 50,000.
There you go. So go subscribe. Go subscribe. Get over there. What you doing if you're not over there already? All right. I'll see you guys later. Let's see. Turkey Day's tomorrow. So have a good Thanksgiving. Get overly stuffed. Going to meat coma. And then I will see you on Friday Night Tights on Friday. And that's it. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. You thought I was gone, but I didn't leave. That's right. I'm back here. You know what time it is. If you know what time it is, you know what time it is. That's a fact. If you know what time it is, you know what time it is. It is time for the after credits Chad hangout. And that's what we're doing right now. We're hanging out. It says goodbye, but I ain't say goodbye yet. That goodbye was for all the people that leave when I say goodbye, and they all leave. But some people stay, and that's you. I'm talking to you right now with your pants off, sitting in front of your computer, or on your phone, or in your living room, eating Triscuits. That's you. I'm talking to you, Fred. I hope one of you guys are named Fred. That worked out really nice. This is the part of the show where I hang out with you while you eat Triscuits with no pants on, and your name's Fred. So what's up? How's everybody doing after the stream? I feel like I need to start cutting these out of the stream, because I feel like people are finding out about our post-credits hangout sessions. You know, it's getting too many people hanging out now. Too many people know about it. Yo, yeah. Say what's up, Fred, in the chat. Let all the Freds know. Your name is Chad and Fred at the same time. Oh, 69 viewers. Nice. What y'all's playing for Thanksgiving? I've got 2 Thanksgivings. I'm going to my wife's Thanksgiving tomorrow, and then I got another Thanksgiving on Sunday. That's how we do. My big one is on Sunday. That's the one with the fam. And I got a lot of brothers. Fred Chatterson. Ched. Ched. What's y'all's favorite? Would y'all eat turkey or ham? I'm gonna put that in the chat right now. I'll do a poll. I've never done a poll before. Here we go. Turkey or ham? It's just a yes or no. What? Okay, here we go. I can change it. Turkey. Ham. We'll see how badly ham gets destroyed right now. Here we go. Did it work? I can't even tell. Yo. Good night. You going down on ham? Get some ham up in here? Damn, turkey's already got it. Turkey's at 100% right now. Kicking ham's ass. Oh no. Oh no, turkey went down to 82. Ham's at 18%. With 11 votes. Oh, okay, yeah. Turkey's come back up. It's at 85. Ham 15. Still, it's got a massive lead. Turkey's pulling it through. I mean, ham is the underdog right now. Ham is the underdog. Ham is the Little Giants. It's the Sandlot. It's the Major League. It's the Mighty Ducks. I'm just trying to think of movies now. Oh, look at this turkey. Turkey down to 76. Ham up to 24. With 17 votes. Good Lord. This is a nail biter. Now, turkey, what type of turkey? Do you do like a smoked turkey? Like an oven baked turkey? Fried turkey? I know some people do those fryer things. They drop them in that terrifying, fire disaster pot. I'm surprised people still cook turkeys that way. I feel like with all of the videos and PSAs about burning people's houses down with turkey fryers, those would just never be done. Turkey at 74, ham 26. Damn. Turkey just slaying it. What's your favorite? Let's just, at this point. No. Hey. Cut it out. Cut it. No, what is this? How do I do? Oh, hold on. I figured out what I did. Hold on. That's just my desktop. Don't look at it. There we go. Hey. What's up? Gotta close this. Close this out. Hold on. There we go. What's up, everybody? What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? And what's your least favorite? That's what I want to see in the chat right now. Midnight is just real mad about it, about ham not winning. I don't know what holiday do you think this is, Good Night? Do you think this is Christmas? No, it's not Christmas. It's Thanksgiving. Okay, you eat ham on on Christmas, not Thanksgiving. If I had to make turkey, I would go with ham. If someone else makes the turkey, bring it. That's a good. Okay, I could see that. Marksman. I bought the Lego Creator roller coaster. Oh, that's right, Marksman. You were building that freaking Lego. You got a whole nother set. $360 spent. Damn, it's $300. Dude, I can't do Lego stuff. I don't know. I just can't do Lego stuff. It's so expensive. It's been a while since I bought something that's Lego. I think the last thing I bought that was Lego was like the Jabba's Sand Cruiser. And that was 10 years ago. Shoot fireworks. Ham is for Christmas. That's why I'm saying, Ben. Ham is for Christmas. Although, like, our families are so big that sometimes we do have both. We have a turkey and a ham. And we just do turkey and ham both times. I mean, you could also have turkey during Christmas. That ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, look. He had that little kid go buy a turkey, I believe. He was like, "Hey, go get the biggest Christmas turkey you could find." So I mean, turkey's turkey, man. You eat that on both, on Christmas and on Thanksgiving. It's good year round. I'll take a turkey out anytime. Marksman, you also had the Java Cruiser. I think there were multiple different Java Cruisers too. I wonder which version you had. I mean, mine had Java. It had Princess Leia, which you probably couldn't even get a Princess Leia and the Slave Leia outfit anymore. Probably don't even make that shit because it's, toxic or some shit. Stuffing is lame. Agreed. Mac and cheese rules. Agreed. My favorite is the mashed potatoes, but that's just my favorite year round in any dish. I'll eat mashed potatoes with anything. But I'm going to take mashed potatoes out of the running. Let's say the green bean casserole. I'm a fan of the green bean casserole because it's got the crispies on top. Get those little onion crisps. Those are really good. Beer stuffed turkey, that's good as well. You have both at Christmas? You Yanks are crazy. We are crazy. Mac and cheese on a roast dinner. What? This is sacrilege. How old am I? 29. I should have said too damn old. Too old for this shit. Look, the one dish that I think is the worst. I'm going to say that the worst is raspberry or cranberry sauce. That's what it was. Cranberry sauce. That shit sucks. Okay, it like you get in the can and you roll it out and they slice it all. Nasty. Shit's gross. Why do we ever do that? And it's all tart. I don't know that tartness. I'm not a sweets guy. Like I've said before, it's all potato weight. This is all starches, okay? I'm all savory all the time. 24/7, all right? I'm all savory. I don't want no sweets. Don't get the weird sweet stuff. Don't put any freaking fruit in, okay? I don't want no fruit around my savories. Sweet and sour, no. I want savory. That's it. So get that cranberry crap out of here. I don't like it. And I don't like pies either. I know a lot of people do like the pecan pies. They do the pumpkin pie. They do the cherry, apple, whatnot pies. Not into pies. I don't get it. I like fruit separately. I don't want it near my savory meats. When it by itself, fruit is okay. I like crust, obviously. I said starches, like I said. You put the two things together, not a good combination for me. I don't like it. I know it's crazy. A lot of people love pie. I don't get it. My taste buds are weird. But you can't go off of my taste buds. My taste buds don't make any sense. I don't like chocolate. Not a chocolate eater. I think it tastes bitter. It's gross to me. The only thing that I can eat that has chocolate in it is a Reese's. But that's mostly because of the peanut butter fudge. Again, savory. A little sweet, mostly savory. Fig Newtons. I used to eat the shit out of some Fig Newtons, man. When I was a kid, I ate them now. I don't like them. I don't like them now. All right, let's check the results here. Turkey or ham for Thanksgiving. Turkey at 62. Ham is coming up on that. Ham is coming up. He's on his way. It's 62. Oh, that was a good burp. 62-38. Ham in the back, working his way up though. Apple crumble. Rubble. What? I'm gonna stop reading. Muya. Puddin' pie. Now, see, look, if you're gonna say pie, I'm like, give me like a shepherd's pie. All right, give me something like that, or like a chicken pot pie. I like one of those. Savory. You don't put any freaking drizzle or some kind of honey or shit in. None of that. Don't like it. I prefer turkey, but ham is fine too. I used to not like turkey. I used to straight up not like turkey at all. Whenever I was a kid. I thought it tastes gross. But I grew up, and I'm an adult now. As much as that's worth. I ate some damn turkey on Thanksgiving. Nice juicy turkey. Make a sandwich out of it later. Oh, dude. Thanksgiving, the post-Thanksgiving, Black Friday, that's the day. It's almost better that day. Because then you take all the leftover and you put it all in a sandwich. You got your leftover turkey. If you have turkey and ham, you can do a turkey. So you do you piece of bread, right? Then you do turkey. Then you do like a green bean casserole, mashed potatoes. Then if you have ham as well, you put the ham in there. Maybe put a slice of cheese. Not really necessary, but if you want to, cheese it up. And then you put it on, boom, you got yourself a sandwich there. And you got like 80 of those because they go on forever. All of the leftover sandwiches, so good. Oh, I completely forget. There's also gravy. Put a little gravy in there. The moist maker. All right, here we go. Let's check it. Turkey at 64, ham at 36. I was gonna say neck and neck, but it's not neck and neck at all. It's turkey's a clear winner at this point. We're at 55 votes. It's still it's pretty high. It's getting up there. All right. Oh, I guess we're gonna call. I think turkey won. At this point, I mean, we all knew turkey was gonna win. Maybe it's a social construct, but it's a delicious social construct. I think I'm gonna say that. People always say that social constructs are bad, but I don't think so. I think some social constructs are there for a reason. There it is. Look, turkey. We got 62 votes now. Turkey went back up. Wait, hold up. We're at 65-35. It went back down. We're hanging out at the same spot. Green bean casserole and stuffing, as Brian Jones said. I don't know. I've never been a stuffing guy. I know a lot of people like stuffing, but I've never liked it. I don't know why. It's a savory dish. I think I should like it. But sometimes they sneak in some fucking sweet shit in there. Like some raisins. I've heard that. I don't like getting snuck up on with flavors. I don't like sneaky flavors like that. I don't like. Here's another thing I don't like. I'm just gonna go. This is the things I don't like. Stream. I don't like corn. The flavor of corn. I do not like it. And it's a sneaky bitch because if you put it in shit, it ruins the whole taste. I could be eating something, and if there's one little kernel corn in there, I could taste it. It could be mixed all up in whatever it is, but if it's in there, I can taste it. Same thing with tomatoes, but to a lesser extent. Sushi is bomb. I mean, yeah, that's of course. But we're talking about Thanksgiving. Do you eat sushi on Thanksgiving? Is it like little turkey sushi rolls? You put a little turkey in there. You can clip that. Put the turkey in there. With the stuffing, it's too salty. What are you talking about? Hold up. Down with corn. Damn right. Down with corn. I don't like that sneaky ass corn. Because it's small. You know, it's like small little corn pieces so they can get snuck up in it. And if you have it close to another dish, you know, like you have the corn next to the mashed potatoes or the green bean casserole or something, and you're just like, hey, this is some mashed potatoes, plop, and you eating the mashed potato, and then there's a freaking corn in there. There's a little piece of corn. Sneaky little sons of bitches. And they don't break down. I think we all know that. Goodnight likes corn. I can't trust you anymore. I don't trust you. You like corn? I don't trust you. Damn sneaky ass corn. Makes sense. You sneaky. You sneaky like corn. Turkey at 67. Ham going back down. We're at 70 votes. I don't think Ham's gonna take it, man. That's gonna be one of those movies where the underdog loses. What's another thing here? What's another dish we have on Thanksgiving? Got the corn. You know, since I've been talking about corn, there's another dish. What is it? Corn. I don't remember what it's called because I never eat it. I don't look at it. I don't even like to have it close to my plate. It's like a corn. It's not a casserole. It's like a weird. It looks like cornbread almost. It's got a dry texture look. Again, I've never touched or even came close to it. Deviled eggs, that's a good one. Thank you. Thank you, Vincent. Hey, what's up, Vincent? Vincent Rush. By the way, since Vincent's here, what's up, Vincent? Let me pop something up in this chat here. I think I have the ability to do this. I saw this the other day. If I hit the merchandise button over here, I can plop in the shirt in the chat. Check that out. Hold on. If I pin there, boom, boom. Vincent in the chat, he did this awesome sick ass shirt for me. But yeah, deviled eggs. That's another. I like deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are good. Some people go a little too hard on the deviled eggs. You know, I like a nice simple mustard mayo with the yolk. You know, simple. Don't get complicated. Don't put no fucking onions in it. Don't put any, you know, I don't mind an onion or whatever, but like sometimes it's like too much. Don't put no relish. I don't want no relish in there. Over spice it with that red paprika or whatever the fuck you put on it. Too much sometimes. Settle down. All right, settle down. Asparagus casserole. That sounds weird, but it sounds interesting. I would actually try that. I don't mind asparagus. Corn. Don't like corn. Don't mind asparagus. Brussels sprouts. That is there ever been a more disgusting other than corn, a more disgusting vegetable? Whenever I was a kid, I hated that. It was like Brussels sprouts, spinach. What's the yellow one? It's something with a Y. It looks like a cucumber, but it's yellow. It's not yams. I can't remember what it is. But those are the things like I could never eat as a kid. Like it would literally bring me to like vomiting. It was so bad. But Brussels sprouts, I've changed my mind on those things. I've come back around. Like I said, I've grown up and I have adult taste buds and I don't mind Brussels sprouts. Squash. That's it. Squash. That shit's disgusting. I hate squash. So yellow and gross. Yeah, squash is it. That's what it was. That's what I was thinking of. Good night. Squash. You've gone too far. No, dude. I can't do the squash, bro. What do you think I am? Think of some kind of Amish person or something? I like connecting two random things together and just assuming that people know what I'm talking about. Squash is meant to be squashed. Squash is gold. I disagree heavily. Do you like pumpkin? I didn't even know pumpkin was edible until recently. Because you've opened up a pumpkin, right? You've looked inside. It's disgusting. It smells gross. It looks like the inside of like some kind of beast's entrails. Got all those weird seeds in them. Weird. Broccoli. Broccoli's dope. Broccoli is MVP. The best vegetable, I think. Also, right under that, the green beans. Green beans are great. But broccoli, that's number one. Broccoli, in fact, actually doesn't even exist. Think about it. Think about it. Broccoli is not real. Broccoli is a social construct. It doesn't exist. It was invented by the same family that produces all of the James Bond movies. Look it up. Look it up. I'm right. Green beans with margarine. Okay. Just butter them up a little bit. Marksman. Like most vegetables, meat eaters are superior. I don't like most vegetables. I like some. Collard greens. I've never had collard greens. Never had them. Sound weird. What? I don't even know what they look like. Okra. That's one. Okra. That's a fucking great dish. Some fried okra, bro. Get some fried okra up in this shit. Or some fried Oprah, as I like to call. Collard greens. Now, what are collard greens? It looks like spinach. The fuck? No, hell no. That shit look gross. Let's just pop this over here so I can show you. That's nasty. What the fuck is that? Is that pig feet? With ham and smoked hawk. That looked nasty. I'm saying no to that. Hell no. That's like, looks good. Looks good. What the fuck did you just throw up on my plate? What is this? That is sick. What the hell? Actually, that doesn't look too bad, I guess. It's the sausage, though. It's the savory. What the hell? Though, if you do put some bacon on stuff, it does make it better. What is this abomination? Those tomatoes in there? Oh, they're peppers. The food stream, everybody. The food stream. Collard greens, nope. I say no. Spinach, gross. Gross. Cabbage, I don't mind cabbage. Cabbage, okay. Pickled ham hocks. I ain't eating no damn ham hocks. Nasty, man. You know they shit on the ground? They step all over their own shit? Ain't eating that. Ain't eating those. Cream spinach casserole. Rocks. That's what Patrick says. Cream spinach. I think that might be the only form I would eat spinach in. Poor, can't afford meat. Goopy. Yeah, it looks goopy. Head cheese, nasty, sick. Why the fuck are people eating that? Like, I understand we've developed some of these things because that's all we had. You know, like haggis. You know, like they made haggis because they were living off the land and they were making shit out of sheep intestines and crap. But we don't live in that times anymore. Let's, you know, you go make something else. Don't make that anymore. It's gross. It's nasty. Let's not do it. Where's Ranger? Haggis, that's Scottish, right? I wonder what's his opinion on haggis? A glean for $10. Thank you for the live stream while I cook this turkey. Damn, dude. Are you cooking it, or ma'am? Dude's really just anybody, though. Dude, are you frying it? Are you roasting it? Are you grilling it? That's also another way you can do. That's also a really great way is you crack it open. My mom started figuring that out. She cracked it open to splay it out flat. That's good shit. That's good shit. Smoked. Fantastic. In fact, I'm gonna talk to my mom after this stream and figure out what she's doing, so I can plan accordingly. Andrew Lepensee for 2 Canadian syrup coins. American-made ramen or Korean-made ramen noodles. I don't even know what. I've had Japanese ramen noodles. I don't think I've had Korean or American. Are you talking about American like Top Ramen? Ramen? Is that what you mean? I mean, I like ramen either way. So if either of those things taste like Japanese ramen, then I'm down. We used to do this thing when I was a kid. We'd have chicken, and then we'd like grill it, and then we'd get Top Ramen and make some Top Ramen and mix that. That shit was good. You know, that's a good pour meal right there. Take some chicken and some ramen, put it together. You got yourself a good meal. Stuffed bull's heart. What? Dude, where do you live? Freaking Africa or something? What are you eating bull's heart for? Stop it. We don't have to do it anymore. You guys, stop it with the weird foods. Not necessary. I don't get it. People eating eyeballs and shit. You know, people still eat brains. We've moved on. Okay, we've moved on as a world culture. Don't need to be eating no brains no more. Top Ramen and NyQuil. The fuck? That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Deer heart is good. Well, I've never had deer heart. I've heard tongue is good, which is weird. Like if you get like a cow, eat its tongue. It's supposed to be like the more tender meats. It just seems wrong to me. But if I eat their heart, don't I get their strength? I would not know. I've never eaten a heart. I'm not a freak. I don't eat fucking weird ass food. Offense. A lot of people say no offense. I mean offense. You eat heart, you're weird. Okay, because we've moved on. There's no need to eat heart. You guys are weird. It's a fetish. Chinese haven't moved on. That's fucking. I'm not even going down that road. Not even gonna go down that road. That festival road. Not going down there. Liver. I feel like that's we're inching back to the meat side. It's still weird. I'm not eating organs. I'm off the organ trail. No more organs. I don't like the Portland. I don't like the lower intestine. I don't like the heart. I mean, I'll eat intestines because it's like a hot dog. You put some meat in there. It's mostly like, it's like 99% meat. I'll eat that. Ooga booga. All right, let's check out what's the vote at. Here we go. Turkey, 72. It's taking it's going farther ahead. Ham has no chance. No chance whatsoever with 114 votes. Turkey's taking the hefty lead at 72% over the ham at 28%. I'm sorry, good night. You're outnumbered. It's okay to be in the minority sometimes, you know. Not gonna go down there. You had heart jerky? That's sadistic. It's just messed up. Spam is evil. Spam is gross, but what's gross than spam? Cooked ham. No. Not ham that is then cooked. Cooked ham. The object that is sold at delis called cooked ham. It is neither ham nor cooked. It is the grossest. Again, I stress the word object because it is not meat. Cooked ham. If you've ever gone to a deli and ordered this, you're weird. If you've ever worked at a deli and had to handle this giant cube of unknown material, it's disgusting. So they come in literal cubes of they're this big. Okay, you can't even see my hands. They're this big. All right, slimy, disgusting cubes of, I guess, meat. Canned cooked ham. Ugh. Nasty. Gross. I guess that could be technically the same thing as a spam. Good lord, they're so nasty. Cooked ham. I'll look it up right now. Look. Slimy, disgusting. I don't even know how do you get meat in a shape like that? Look at a pig and then look at cooked ham. It makes no sense. Where do you find this? Cube of meat. It's just like it's like the video that you always see whenever they're talking about how chicken McNuggets are made. It's just like this goop of ham that they form into a fucking square. Cooked ham. Cooked hamster? What the fuck? Hold up. Slow. The fuck? I type... Oh, cooked hamster. The next thing is hamster. What the fuck? I'm not... No. I'm not clicking that. No! Google? That's not what I'm talking about. That's just literally cooked ham. I'm talking about the deli meat. Cooked ham. This mysterious meat. This. It's almost like... There it is. Look at this shit. Disgusting. Cooked ham. Water added. Just wrong. Just wrong. Pigs don't come in that shape. Okay? This is man-made. this is some kind of factory excess. You know, whenever they're making the ham, and you know, like it's the ham's sliding down a shaft or something, and you get like the buildup of like the extra fattiness on the outside of the ham, and they're like, what do we do with this? Throw it away. And some guy was like, no, let's cube it, package it, and called it cooked ham. Freaks will buy it. Trust me, they'll buy it. All right, now I'm gonna look at hamster. Cooked hamster. Oh my god! Motherfuckers really eating cooked hamsters? What the fuck? What the fuck? Ah! I don't... This is fucked up. Oh, look, dumplings. Okay, I think I know where we are then. Damn. This a rat burger? Man, that's some messed up shit. I ain't gonna show you that. I ain't gonna show you that. Ooh, oof. Man, ham is just taking it. It ain't working out for the ham. It is not working out at all. All right. I'm gonna call it a night. I'll see you guys on Friday Night Tights after Thanksgiving. Have a good Thanksgiving, and I'll see you on Black Friday. And hopefully nobody gets trampled. You can stay safe out there. Join the Discord. I'll see you for real this time. Yes, that was Demolition Man. I'll see you guys. We got up to 90. I let it drop down to 60. We went back up to 90. That's right. You guys have a good Thanksgiving. Bye. Hamburgers de rata.